Today, we're going to talk about some things that just might surprise you if you're thinking about buying a house in the greater Houston-Galveston area. Now, you want to stay tuned to the end of the video because we're saving the best for last. Hi, y'all, and welcome to the #1 and original Living in Galveston, Texas channel. My name is Sherry Hensley, and I'm a realtor living and working on beautiful Galveston Bay on the Texas Gulf Coast. So, the first thing that's going to surprise you about buying a home in the Houston-Galveston area is these amazing tropical breezes and our subtropical climate. A lot of the coast is not developed. It's rural, it's countryside. And there are areas in the cities where they are built up. But in the suburbs, you're going to see natural landscapes of bayous and lakes, marshland, and the bay. And the Gulf of Mexico is amazing for all types of outdoor activities, including kayaking and canoeing and fishing and birding and boating and jet skiing and even sailing. The possibilities are endless with our beautiful natural habitat right at your doorstep. Another thing I love about living on the coast is all the little small towns, all the cities and villages all along the greater Houston-Galveston area. You're going to see the history and the charm as you meander around and take in all the wonders of our area. The next thing that might surprise you about buying a home in the greater Houston-Galveston area is missing sidewalks. Now, I know we have a great number of neighborhoods, especially inside the cities and the big towns, that we have sidewalks, but just be prepared that there's going to be a lot of neighborhoods around where there aren't any sidewalks. I recently showed a couple from out of state a $1 million property out on the West End, and boy, were they surprised to see that all the neighborhoods don't have curbs and gutters. So if that is a big issue for you, please let your real estate agent be on the lookout for those neighborhoods that do have sidewalks, because not all of the homes in the greater Houston-Galveston area do. The next thing that might surprise you about buying a home in the Houston-Galveston area is that we don't have basements. I know. If you come from a state that does have basements, it's going to take some getting used to, but you also don't want that basement filling up with water either. We have a really sandy soil, and Galveston's on an island, so you are not going to find any basements here. Just be prepared if you have to have a basement and you're moving to the greater Houston-Galveston area. You may need to look at a home with maybe a large garage or a shop, or if you really need that extra space, or if you're building from the ground up, make a basement in the sky on the second floor. You can make a game room or theater room, whatever you need that extra room for. So that could kind of take the place of that basement that you might be used to. The next thing you need to prepare yourself for is if you're planning to live in the greater Houston-Galveston area is that the property taxes range from about 1.77% to almost 4%. Now, we do have exemptions like over 65 and homestead and disability exemptions to help drive those taxes down. I know people say our taxes may seem high, but y'all, we don't have a state income tax in Texas. If you're planning to move to the greater Houston-Galveston area, please reach out to me or my team. See our contact information below. We would be honored to assist you in finding your Gulf Coast dream home. Y'all, tell me what you love or don't love about the greater Houston-Galveston area and what I've shared with you so far. Now, the next thing that might surprise you when buying a home in the greater Houston-Galveston area is that in Texas, we have a due diligence fee. Now, I talk about this many times on this channel, and a due diligence fee is sometimes called an option fee. And this is a fee that you pay directly to the seller at the title company. Now, I call it an option fee. This gives you the ability to evaluate the house, to do your due diligence, to have all the inspections performed on the home you wish to have done. Now, this fee also comes with a time frame, anywhere from 3 to 14 days, depending on the market and the negotiated number of days on your contract. But this gives you an opportunity to decide if you really do want to own that home. Now, if you do want to own that home and maybe make it your forever home, that money, that due diligence fee or that option fee that you've paid to the seller through the title company, it's going to come back to you and it's going to go towards your down payment, just like your earnest money. But if you decide not to buy the house, the seller gets to keep that option fee or that due diligence fee. You go find another home and the seller finds another buyer. This is a statewide policy, not just on my beloved Gulf Coast. There is no magic number for this fee, and it's flexible and negotiable. Just as a reference, it may be $200 to $1,000. The next thing that might surprise you when buying a house in the greater Houston-Galveston area is that we have HOAs, or homeowners associations. Now, before you get all panicked and upset about it, we have lots of clients who beg us to find them homes that don't have HOAs, and we can do that. But please know these fees aren't crazy expensive, and if you want to live in a neighborhood with lots of amenities like Lagomar with a lagoon and a restaurant and golf cart paths and hike and bike trails and playgrounds and fitness centers and beautiful colored landscaping in the common areas and palm trees and a stone entrance, well, those things require maintenance. They cost money. So if you want to live in a neighborhood without an HOA, let us know and we'll find the perfect home for you. So be prepared that HOAs do not always cost an arm and a leg. And also bear in mind that not every neighborhood, not every town in the greater Houston-Galveston area is going to have an HOA. Now, the next thing that might surprise you when you're buying a home in the greater Houston-Galveston area is that we use title companies or fee attorneys to close our real estate transactions. Now, I know some of you don't, but in Texas we do. The next thing that might surprise you about moving to the greater Houston-Galveston area is you can't always get a deal. Some people move all the way from other parts of the country and they're ready to come in and they want to take advantage of a seller and get a steal of a deal because maybe their market where they're coming from is a bit different. People realize what Texas has to offer, and we want to welcome everyone with open arms. But y'all, we aren't seeing fire sale pricing, and knock on wood, we're not seeing a lot of foreclosures either. So it's unlikely you're going to get a steal of a deal on a home. So our advice, if you're planning on looking for that kind of a steal of a deal, is to find yourself a fixer-upper. People in our area want move-in ready homes. They don't want to hassle with the idea of repainting and putting in new countertops and ripping out bathrooms and kitchens. And really, most people don't want to do that. So if you're able to put in a little sweat equity, it's possible you're going to find a home that's been on the market for a while that no one else can see past that avocado green laminate countertop and the harvest gold linoleum. You are going to be able to get that deal. Give it a facelift and update the countertops, redo the cabinets, change out that flooring. Make your dream home out of this deal. The next thing that might surprise you in Texas across the entire state, you're going to see screened-in porches. Now, you're not going to see them in all of the homes everywhere all the time. But if you visit our state for any real amount of time, you know that on the Texas Gulf Coast, we've got bugs and mosquitoes and flies. And really, you want to be able to enjoy the outside. You're going to either need a screened-in porch or a really good mosquito misting system. Living on the coast, you're going to want to be outside on your boat or your kayak or your deck or your patio or your pool, just enjoying the great outdoors most of the year. Now, I want you to be prepared for the next thing that may be a little bit of a surprise about buying a home in the greater Houston-Galveston area. I don't know if you've heard, but we really have some wicked weather here from June to November, and that's hurricane season. Even if we don't see a storm land here, we're sure to see some thunderstorms, maybe some straight-line winds and rain, maybe lots of rain. Some lower-lying areas may flood. Something else that might surprise you is that insurance living on the coast is not cheap. Your mortgage company will require that in addition to hazard coverage, that you have flood or windstorm if you're in an area that requires it. You want to know if you're in a flood zone and or if windstorm coverage is required before you commit to a property. Now, I had absolutely no idea about this when we moved down here, but the salt air is really rough on everything. And I'm telling you, everything rusts. Everything. You may find yourself using galvanized steel nails and screws and barbecue pits. This salt air is really something to consider before you move to the area. Now, here's another thing. I don't know if a lot of people are aware, but another thing that you might be surprised to know about is our heat and our humidity. I'm telling you, it's not even June and we've already been in the 90s. It's not even August, which is our hottest month. Our only reprieves are those amazing Gulf breezes, our shaded area under our homes, and that cold AC. You may also be surprised to know that in the greater Houston-Galveston area, we have a lot of new construction and master plan communities south of Houston in small little towns conveniently located with easy access to Houston and Galveston. The best world's really a more relaxed suburban lifestyle, better pricing than living in the city of Houston proper. You may have to drive a little further out to get that new construction if that's what you want, but by and large, if you're hoping to buy new construction in the greater Houston-Galveston area, this is definitely a place that people want to move to. It's fast growing and we have so many people who want to live here full-time or part-time. We also have a good inventory of existing homes that allows us to handle that supply of people coming into the area. Now, our builders have to be building and they're building to accommodate all the newcomers that are moving in. So if you're considering either a move into or out of the greater Houston-Galveston area, my team and I would love to be your agents of choice. Just give us a call or email us. We'll be happy to help you out and get things started. Be sure to check out some of my other videos here. And if you want more content just like this, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, click that little bell, and you will never ever miss another episode. Y'all, thanks so much for watching, for your support, and we'll see you on the next one.